Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Roo, here on the Roo channel. Here's I am about to. We had a good day. We went to go see the movie Spider-Man No Way Home. We did a little shopping, food shopping and everything. In case you see, go look on my channel. And now Ty's in the kitchen making eggnog. I guess version of eggnog. And I'm in here wrapping the presents. And don't worry, I am not posting this until after Christmas. By then, after Christmas, and by then the kids will already see their gifts and know, because my god kids will be looking. Started watching a little bit of my channel, and I don't want them to see what I can before Christmas, so I'm not gonna post this until after Christmas. So yeah, if you like, subscribe, comment, and leave suggestions. Okay. The first thing we got is this from the news. Fidget toys, Disney ears. The Holly Stone mini drone, if he likes it. And the hair color comb, you can like that.
You can't just open the door. Amazing.
No, the fatty, no, you did. The eggnog?
Yeah.
Oops, sorry. I'm in your way.
Oh well.
That?
What's that?
Ooh, I like it.
You like it?
Yeah.
You get that little taste of the Southern comfort right there in the back of your tongue and throat, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thought so. Yeah. I'm the cocktail. I'm the concoction station.
And why don't you make that a hobby? Your side job.
John Tevin could be a bartender for a side job? It's not a bad idea, actually. Bartending as a part-time job, even if I just did the weekend, would probably bring in more money than I make at the school.
Make at the school?
I mean, I know that when I used to work as a busser, and this was a few years ago, you know, things have increased and since to, but average out. But I know that like as a busser and getting like we get part of whatever the waiter or waitress gets. You know what I'm saying? The waiter, waitress and stuff makes the orders. We clean the tables in the areas. Everybody's got different sections. You know that. Like your mom probably had a section if she had a coworker. Like these tables are hers.
Oh yeah,
she did.
Yeah. She did.
So they would be walking away with like 500-600 in one night. Yeah, in good stores, good stores and good like bars and stuff. Like waitresses and especially bartenders, like the good ones, can make good money. And in the industry like that, you don't even gotta go to like expensive ass places. You just have to be at a good bar. There are plenty of upscale bars in every state and city. Like there is.
Oh
yeah, fancy place or something like. You know what I'm saying? Like Cheesecake Factory, in a sense, is more of an upscale restaurant. It's supposed to be more upscale than just going to like Arby's or something. Like, you know. So, of course, they get good tips and stuff and things because they have a nice little bar and they do get packed and busy on the weekend. I'm sure your folks be there on the weekend. So like if I did a bartending job, I'd make more than I'm making the school in 2 weeks, 15 days, whatever, 11 days, and just one night almost. Like definitely 2 nights. Bartending is definitely something to consider. That's a good one too, Deja. Be a bartender?
Yeah, bartender.
But you gotta learn to have the hard work to do things too. You can't be giving up and crying because you're gonna have to learn how to make those concoctions. You don't have to necessarily be fancy and stuff and things and do all the little and catch shit and stuff and things. But you're gonna need to know how to make your pours and concoctions. You have to remember them and have to start looking at the list. You're gonna need to study that. Still going to need something you need to commit to yourself. And they have like jiggers and stuff like the one I bought, so they're measured out. The small side's like a half, and then the other side is like one. So like you can do one, if it says 1 ounce, you can do the big half, that's 1 ounce when you fill it, and then you flip it over to the smaller side and it says half ounce of something else. But you're just gonna need to remember those things. You're gonna need to know, if it says 1 ounce of Southern Comfort, you get the Southern Comfort, pour in 1 ounce, and then it says 2 ounces of orange juice, you put 2 ounces of orange juice. You're gonna have to get used to that. But yeah, working as a waitress or a bartender, you make some good money and good tips, especially on a busy night. Shoot. Think about it. Your entire work week, you could do in one night of bartending and make like triple that.
Triple?
Yeah, because you after 1 week make about 400. That's you working about 30 hours that you're tired at right now. If you were a good restaurant like Cheesecake Factory or something and you work just a Saturday, you'd probably walk away with, on a good night, $800, $900. So you're making twice that much, at least more. Because 400 twice, that'd be 8. So if you're making about 800, 900 in one night, that's one night. You do that Saturday and Sunday, boom. You do that just for every weekend, no weekdays. You'd probably be able to pay your rent, live very comfortably. That's a field I should have got into. I was like, trust me, that was like playing like W. I went through a lot of W. Yeah, I went through a lot of plans, Deja, okay? I went through a lot of plans.
I'll be a big one.
I'm somewhere around like freaking L so at this point or something. I'm M, one of them. I'm somewhere around that. I've executed a lot of plans. I've restarted my life plenty of times. You are allowed to restart your life as much as you want. Just right now, I'm starting with the alphabet. First for fun. But you are allowed to restart your life as many times as you want. The more you can handle. And I told you I'm immortal. That's why I use the alphabet. Because there are 27. If I can recreate myself 27 times, at that point, I gotta figure it out, or I'm just done. So at that point, I tried everything. Most people get stuck, flipping and flopping, still around plans A and B. Don't know what to do with their life. Taking forever just to get to a new plan. You gotta wait 10 years of suffering to figure out yourself and move on to a new life. I figure out new meanings and other things in the afternoon. It don't take me 10 years to learn a lesson and apply it, like some people. Like when addiction and stuff, like when I did crack, I got off of that as quick as possible. It was literally a social drug. Only did it with my friends. It was for 6 months. And then when it was time for me to get the fuck my life together and I wanted to get out the shelter, I stopped like that. It's been over 4 years and I haven't even really thought about it or anything. That is an amazing thing. Okay, that's not something that happens with a lot of people. People be addicted for 10 years, 20 years, 50 years. They need to go through so much therapy for it and other things. Detoxing and stuff. Me, I just pretty much was like, I'm done with it. And walked off. No therapy, no 20 years of suffering and figuring it out and letting it ruin my life. My life was already at the bottom. There was no life through ruin. There wasn't a chance for me to be like with Nada and her crackhead father or whatever her dude was, sneaking into your house, stealing your TV and stuff from your own family, like to sell it for crack. There was never that. I stayed with my honor even when I did. I may have had the little need immediately when it's in you. I ain't gonna lie, it was awesome. But if I borrowed $10 and I said I'm gonna put you back on Friday, guess what? That shit back to you by Friday morning. Because the first thing I do is when I get up is I get out, I get the stuff, and I pay my debts. Because then I'm going to be able to use all of the rest of my money to get my drinks, my food, whatever, and even still help out my sister and pick up some extra side work under the table so I could pay for the stuff like to get my license. Because this was during when my license was suspended too. My life was literally at the bottom gutter. I didn't have to do drugs, but I was. And my back was injured, so I couldn't really go far, couldn't do long walks, couldn't stand for long, I couldn't work. That's why I was in the shelter. I was at a great job at Campbell's. I could have progressed there, I would have stayed there. My boy worked there too. Old friend. I wonder how he's doing now. He's working his way through chef, be a chef, He was a good dude. But yeah, I went to literally the bottom. All of my relationships with pretty much everybody was fucked up. My relationship with my boy Brian, probably one of the key moments and things that happened that led my life to being in that point. Probably stressed the hell myself out so much, losing my best friend. And so I didn't have my best friend. My grandma was definitely ashamed of me. I wasn't talking to nobody really. It was like the worst time. And then all of a sudden, I don't know. After about a couple of months, my back wasn't in so much pain. Things that were going on were getting really stupid. I was finally uncomfortable with it. Then I got comfortable with it because I realized that I had no bills to worry about, nothing going on. I got some time to get my life together. I gave myself a week, thought it all through. At that point, I found happiness. I don't know what the fuck happened. I just was like able to start waking up early. I wake up like 6 o'clock, energized. Not like I do now. Like these mornings are probably the same for you sometimes. You wake up, kind of sit there. You want to close your eyes for 5 more minutes if you can. 10 more minutes, you're like, I got 10 more minutes. Want to close your eyes. It takes a minute for you to grog up and everything and stuff. And you finally, grab your head, scratch whatever. Stretch, whatever, sit up, all of that. You've had mornings like that, right? Just tough to get up and things, right, immediately. No, this was pure 100% joy. This was one of the reasons I tell you, like, I wish I could go back to that 100%. Right now I'm like 80, 85. I wish I could go back to that 100%. Because let me tell you, I felt so much joy that, like, I wake up at 6 o'clock like this, like, boom, so energized. I'm like, swing over my bed and things, hop down and stuff. I'm just feeling good. Just natural high. Like, I don't know. It was just like, I'm gonna go out for a walk, for a run. Like, I just felt good. Like, I was just so positive, happy. It seemed like interactions and things were more normal. I'm not like you. That's why I like that show, because it shows people like Dexter and stuff, and when they do the inside thought of what a person thinks. I think that is one of the most interesting dynamics of some shows. If you think about it, a lot of shows where they do like the first person thought and stuff and things are so good, because like he's always in his head. There's a narrator. Lemony Snicket's Series of Unfortunate Events, that is narrated a lot too. When you add that on top of a good show, like, it is so much more awesome. I love shows like that. That's why I like Dexter too. Like, they did his thoughts and stuff and things, and I'm like, that's how I think, kinda, and just like through all of the craziness and stuff that's going on. Yeah, that nog almost forgot I'm over here. I know you was. I just was looking and thinking myself, because they should have been in there. They ain't in there. I don't know where they at. Must have used it with one of the kids or something, so that would mean that it's gonna be in the closet out there, possibly. No, wait, here they are. Damn you, blind.
Oh, thank you. I haven't rapped since.
That hurts.
I haven't rapped since like when I lived in Mississippi with my mom.
I hate my abilities sometimes.
What?
So I have this strange ability to perceive many possibilities, all types of different things happening on. The best closest, and that's why I love this movie. You remember Men in Black 3?
Yeah.
Remember the guy that they kept trying to save and stuff? He had the head thing, and he showed them the baseball game and everything that was going on and stuff. Oh man, we gotta watch that.
I don't know. I know that's the one where like the girl has to go out and go into space. I know it's that one. It's just I don't know that.
The girl going to space?
Wait, no. I mean, wait. After like, isn't that's the third one? Because the second. Wait, no, that's the second one.
Yeah.
The third one is when
they time travel.
Oh, that's after he gets his memory
Do you
back.
remember them time traveling? Alexa, never mind.
And Will Smith. I'm just saying, Will Smith. Oh yeah. Oh, at the end. Wait. What part was just asking me?
So the part where he held at the baseball stadium and he showed them like the baseball game going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he sees the different realities and things that go on. Like in the beginning when they first was in that club or whatever, and he was like, unless this is the one where we all blow up.
The diner, not the club.
Huh?
The diner, not
the diner, or whatever, stuff and things. But he was like, "This is the one. I hope this is the one where we all blow up."
This isn't the one that.
And I'm like, unless this is the one where we blow up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So that I love that because I'm like, that is like literally kind of the closest to how I like see things myself.
Say stuff yourself. Yeah.
The other one, Asia.
Away.
This is what you do. You bring out your wherever you're going, and you come this way, so you know how much you need. And then you can cut along the line when you figure out wherever you want it. Now, if you want it to be, let's say here, this is tight enough for you. You would come along, and especially since they have lines along the line of wherever how far you think you need. Just follow that line. There you go. You just have to find your line and do it. That's all. I'm about to play some Tuesday.
Of course, because your body's addicted to it.
Yes, indeed. I am. But that's a good thing, not a bad thing. It means I have something that brings me joy. And that, my friend, is life. Thank you, Enrico. Got it there, Missy. You can change your hair, you can change your clothes, you can change your mind, it's just the way it goes.
Everybody knows that you always find a way back home.
What is wrong with you?
What?
You randomly saying his name on his head right now. You gotta say his is weird. My brain receives such weird signals. 3 pointers count as 4 points. So I can end it quick. That's the curry.
Stephen Curry?
Yeah. What a tractor. Actually, yeah. Look at.
Damn.
Yeah, get better. Let me get pressed.